Who yanked this all down? Couldn't have been me. That looks like day 18 to me. Da 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 da. All right, those are the people that will link. And then I'll link here, JRE. And there we go. And then I'll pop into the restream chat. All right, there we are. It's just that easy. It takes like 2. Yeah, the breakthrough there was that I learned that because I never boot off the machine that I use to advertise this writing stream, I can just copy and paste and then change one number and copy and paste again. Saving time. Saving time. All right. Well, welcome to Zak Zyz's live editing stream. This is day 18 of Lemon Maybe and the Electric Lady. We've made it through 14 chapters, 170 pages out of 640 at a rate of about 10 pages a day. Although not numerical days because we fucked up and spent about a week working on getting my new novella, Space Tards, together. I'm never going to be able to change that title because it's just too fucking fun to say. So shout outs to Strong Coffee. So if you've never tuned into this one before, this is what I would call a noir fantasy set in modern day New York City. Well, just about modern day. Let's say about 2004. It's about 10 years ago. 15 years ago. 16 years ago. God damn. Wait, are we in 2021 right now? No, we're not quite there. You know, time and space have kind of lost all fucking meaning over here. But still I rise. Mostly out of a lack of other choice. I think given the option at this point, most people would just sleep forever if it were an option. But can't do it. Gotta get up, eat food, take a shower. Well, maybe not that last one, but so supposedly my motorcycle is repaired and coming back to me today. I keep meaning to do the FNet news. Maybe I'll get it done today. I think the biggest problem is just playing fucking League of Legends all the time. Let me uninstall that motherfucker from this machine. I can do it remotely. Oh, you heard it right there. It would take too many clicks to uninstall it remotely. But yeah, I'm just playing that fucking game too much. And it's obviously like escapism. I've been playing in the last couple of days a lot of FTL, which is kind of frustrating because it's much in the same way as Dream Quest, where just dumb combinations of shit will just murk you. Like in Dream Quest, you know, that like you need a card and it's the very last one in the deck. And in FTL, it's like you show up and your shields are fucking hacked and like drones are just blowing up your whole fucking ship. Ugh. You know, very relatable problems for the average American. But so let's get down to it. One thing that I will note is that while it sounds nice and quiet right now, pretty soon we're going to have to start turning on an air conditioner while we're doing this. And you'll hear in the background all the time. Because my air conditioner is actually a fucking didgeridoo. All right. No. Wait, hold on. Let me highlight Spatiwa. Oh, yeah. I didn't set the topic. Wait, Fauci is doing Chinese collusion, according to the channel? He's getting interrogated by the Senate? Who cares at this point? China can do whatever they want. All right, so this is Lemon Maybe and the Electric Lady by Zak Zyz. Chapter 14, C'est la vie. This is 10:10. This is happening at 7:40 p.m. at the pits. And I've lost count of what day it is in the story, which is annoying. I think at the beginning of 110 we say what day it is. We'll get to day 2 soon. There's that one ice cube that's making me slurp. Anyhow. Anyhow, just structurally, FYI, this book, very similar to another book I wrote called Rub, and very similar to, I think I did one other book. Well, I guess Arcanist just is like a linear narrative straight through. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of huge passages of time in like a lot of books. I like stories where things happen over like the course of a week and you can see what happens each fucking day. You feel like you're part of the whole narrative. So Lemon maybe is one of those books. Everything is linear in terms of time. There's no, there is like a little bit of flashback, but I think we've gotten through the worst of it right now. I think it's just maybe's flashback and that's it. That's the only flashback in the story. The rest is just like a straight shot, day 1 through day 7. And I really like that. There is a little passage of time before the prelude, though. But yeah, a lot of equivocation over what should have just been a relatively simple thing. Let me see here. Allergies are kicking my ass today. But shout outs to pollen, without which we would all be dead and in hell. Whoa. Help you with something, officer? Lemon's practically shitting himself. For a fraction of a sentence, or for a fraction of a sentence. Lemon's practically shitting himself. For a second, yeah, we don't need a fraction of a second. For a fraction of, yeah, a fraction. For a second, he thinks he's fucked up good and forgotten to make the payoff. But he did, just 2 days ago. $250, clean money. He's not a fucking fool. He hasn't slipped up. Hold on. I want to use the name of somebody from Gravid, but who? Let's see. Boom. Little did you know, it was Freya's fucking dad taking the payoff. Shout out to Lit Up, who says that I'm up early as fuck. Yeah, I've been going to bed at like 5 p.m. Because why be awake? I just need to get some fucking exercise today. I can see all like the hallmarks of getting depressed, like eating bad and fucking sleeping all the time. Let me see here. But I should be able to get out and about if they actually show up with this motorcycle. But he's sure he did, just 2 days ago. $250. Slip to the regular guy, Officer Jokla. Let's see. All right. Whoa. Help you with something there, officer. Lemon's practically shitting himself. For a second, he thinks he's fucked up good and forgotten to make the payoff. But he's sure. But he's certain he did, just 2 days ago. $250. $250 Honda Grom. 250cc. Or 125cc. That's too fucking small for me, lit up. Yeah, like I just, I'm a big fat ass, so like I need a motorcycle that has like a little bit more get up and get than there. A Honda Grom. Is that the one, like, wait, hold on. I think it's the one where, like underneath the seat is empty. You know what I'm fucking talking about here? Hold on. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, no. This is a fucking, here's why you need to buy a Honda Grom. This little tiny, I saw one of these at the fucking, yeah, this teeny little mother. How much do these things cost, lit up? Yeah, it's so little, though. What the fuck? Cox Honda Grom crash cage. I don't think I'd put a fucking crash cage on a, look at these little motherfuckers right here. What's up, guys? God, it's fucking teeny tiny. I guess for just dicking around in the city, you don't need a lot more. What do they fucking cost? I'll buy you one lit up. Let's see. 35. Yeah, that's not too bad. We just need to have 3 or 4 more COVIDs, and then you can just rack together all your Trump checks and buy a Grom. There you go. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I wish I was fucking. I'm gonna keep doing this shit. Like, I'm gonna keep streaming this shit. When we get to like a giant success, and then I want to be like fucking Keanu handing out Ferraris to everybody at the end of the filming of a movie. Although they'll just be like shitty little motorcycles. And be like, oh, thanks. You have a whole fucking garage full of tiny little Groms. Because, never forget where you come from. For a second, he thinks he's fucked up good and forgotten to make the payoff. But he's certain he paid just 2 days ago. Okay, audience right here, you can say what Officer Jokla's drink is. What does he fucking drink? It can't be a 7 and 7, because that's what Ralph Porter fucking drinks. What do I got? A gimlet, a Pim's cup. It's a 110cc Honda Duchance, 2 gears. Stop it. It does sound like the name of a fucking car. All right, let's 7 and 7 is just Seagram 7 and 7 Up. Yeah, the lemon drop, the mojito, the surprise. Oh yeah. What does he fucking drink? 50 most popular cocktails in the world. Blood and sand. Scotch sweet vermouth, cherry hearing. Irish coffee. Brandy Alexander. I wouldn't give somebody a bribe. Yeah, it could be a sidecar. Gin mule, a Vesper. A white lady. Paloma. I've never seen somebody drink a Vu curry. 7 Up. Southside. He wouldn't. Pina Colada's wrong. I like Pisco Sours, but he wouldn't drink that. Maybe a Sazerac. Moscow Mules are fucking. Mm-hmm. Let me see. They've been moving up the chart. That's been popular for a while. Huh. A whiskey sour. All right. After all that, it's not even a good sentence. To French 75. Whiskey sours are good. I like whiskey sours. Yeah. I like anything that's sour, honestly. It's one of my favorite flares. Flares, like a mind flare. Um, I did stay up all night reading like the first edition Dungeons and Dragons books. God. Yeah, they're pretty fucking hinky when it comes right down to it. I have this new iPad and it literally has like gigabytes and gigabytes of fucking old RPG manuals on it now. And I just like read through them, coming up with ideas. Oh, what do we got here? Brongulus bradosaurus right there. Slid him a Sazerac and $250 across the bar. Then watched him lose the entire bribe shooting pool with Ralph Porter. I like that little addition. Them's the breaks. He's certain he'd. Yeah. Oh, by the way, so yeah, the narrator for the story is Lemon Lemoyne, a large tattooed man who. Let's actually look at that sentence right there. But he's certain he paid. Yeah. Can we? But he remembers paying the regular guy, Officer Jokla, just 2 days ago. Lemon slid him a saz. Yeah, so I'm gonna give that guy a point right there because it just stands out. No, he's right. Uh, his tenses are correct right there. We would using that narrator, we would give him some creative license right there, just because he speaks like very colloquial English. But in this particular case, just drawing attention to that line, it doesn't track well. So this is Brongulus. I'm gonna give him a point for that one right there. And one thing I've noticed every morning is that we like really kind of hack away at the first paragraph the hardest, which is the right way to fucking go about it, right? Because you just need to hook somebody every paragraph. You know, people are going to put the book down, and you want your strongest parts of your story to be at the beginning. You want your strongest part of the chapter to be at the start. Like we can't pick over every fucking word with this intensity, but I want like the first page of every chapter to be the absolute strongest. And also, it takes me a while to warm up in editing. We don't get into a flow for a little bit there. So, whoa, help you with something there, officer? Lemon's practically shitting himself. For a hot second, he thinks he's I want it to be a hot second. For a hot second, he thinks he's fucked up good and forgotten to make the payoff. But he remembers paying Officer Jokla just 2 days ago. Lemon slid him a Sazerac and $250 wrapped in a cocktail napkin. And he watched Jokla lose the entire bribe shooting pool with Ralph Porter. Them's the breaks. I like that. So why's this cop standing there, clocking him? It's distracting overlap between the two novels. Yeah, all the stories in my shit are interconnected. Yeah, like I used to fucking be a cop in New York City. I gotta tell you, my other editor didn't like that shit either. She's like, "Don't stop fucking interconnecting all your books. It's annoying." But yeah, I'm willing to suffer a little bit of distraction right there. I just hope you keep it all consistent. Yeah, it's relatively consistent throughout. There's usually like between 1 and 4 references to other books, kind of hidden in each one of the long form novels that we had. Fucking Gravid had a bunch of references to shit in like Xanon Inc. and Arcanist in there. Yeah, just reusing name. No, Jokla is not one where we would fucking. You remember the section in Gravid where they go to B&H and look at telescopes, and he buys her the guitar and so forth. How did he know to go to B&H and to Sam Ash Music across the street from him? Because he used to be a New York City cop. Hell yeah. Then he got stabbed trying to break up a fight like it's fucking Stand By Me. Real talk. That's a spoiler, by the way. So pissing down rain. So look at what this looks like. It's pissing down outside. Yeah, I think I don't like the way that it's pissing down outside. Oh, down outside is actually the part. It's pissing rain and thunder is rattling the fixtures. Okay, I'm gonna give Spathia a point right there, because yeah, getting that out of there. Look at this, 70 fucking edits. What a milestone. What a fucking champion that we got right there. I mean, that truly, like, I can't help from saying shit sarcastically sounding out of habit, but he truly is a champion of making this a better book. So why is this cop standing there, clocking lemon? He's dripping wet. His black patrolman's uniform is soaked through. Hold on. Let's. Did they ever have fucking? I don't think they ever had blue. I think they were always like black uniforms in NYPD. History of police uniforms. So they're blue there. No, 1991. They wore those light blue shirts. In 2013, they're black. Yeah, they're all black now. That's a light blue shirt, though. For that to turn black. Yeah, when did they change uniforms? One-tone navy blue shirts and pants. In 1995. Okay, so yeah, 1995 is when they went from powder blue to navy blue. Switch to the dark blue shirt. Okay, so they do wear dark blue shirts. Yeah, so redundancy does matter less when we're quoting a set phrase, but in general, we want to avoid any kind of set phrase that we can. Like we're kind of aggressively, like one because like the language in this particular book is meant to be like very affected, very. The we want the book to come away with like a relatively unique narrative style. So one of the ways that we try to do that is by eliminating as much like cliche, like phrases like pissing down rain, sucking your own dick, stuff that you've heard a million times. We want to take those out and just try to replace them with language that feels like a little bit newer to the reader. Yeah. So turns out his blues are so soaked they're black. Uh, mm-hmm. We got a missing space there. Let's see. Pissing it down. So one thing to keep in mind is that Spaethiwa, most of the English that he'll know is going to be UK English. So he'll have some difference between the phrases that make sense to him as compared to the ones that we know and love. So why is this cop standing there clocking lemon? He's in a patrolman's uniform. So wet the navy shirt has turned black. He's in a patrolman. Yeah, this is like a hard because this is the first time that we're describing Carl Mason. Also, man, soaked. His navy patrolman shirt is so wet it's black. Ah, yeah, that's fucking. That's hard to get across, man. I took it for a Briticism. So why's this cop standing there, clocking Lemon? He's dripping wet. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Killing me. I like that change. I like clocking Lemon and dripping on his floor. I really like that verb, clocking him, because he's really like eyeballing this guy, like, hey, what the fuck is going on right here? I like that. His uniform's so sodden, the navy fabric is black. What a shitty day. There we go. All right, so that's a lot of work in that paragraph right there. Whoa, help you with something, officer? Lemon's practically shitting himself. For a hot second, he thinks he's fucked up good and forgotten to make the payoff. But he remembers paying Officer Jokla just 2 days ago. Lemon slid him a Sazerac and a two. Let's make it $200. And $200 wrapped in a cocktail napkin. Then he watched Jokla lose the entire bribe shooting pool with Ralph Porter. Them's the breaks. So why's this cop standing here, clocking Lemon and dripping on his floor? Man's drenched. His uniform's so sodden the navy fabric is black. It's pissing down rain and thunder is rattling the fixtures twice a minute. Yeah, it's pissing down rain outside. Oh yeah, I really don't like it. Here is better than there. That's a good edit. Yeah, I like that better. Isn't it weird how, like, sort of unconsciously, like, I'm making these changes? NYPD Blues. I think that was famous when I was a kid, because it was the first time that they were like, yeah, let's show tits on regular television. And I was like, I'm fucking there. Hell yeah. Navy sounds like an allusion to the military. The navy fabric is black. Oh yeah. Huh. Uh and in fact it's not black. It looks black. Man's drenched. His uniform's so sodden the navy blue fabric looks black. You know what we'll do? The NYPD blue looks black. That's better. So yeah, Lit Up wants me to check IRC to see a picture of fruit punch. Which fucking account did you even send it to? All right, he sent it to. He says yo, and then there's a picture. That's just a picture of the fucking. That's not the right picture. Hold on. Which account did he send it to? I see Jewbird spamming shit. Yeah, I don't see it. On fucking IRC. So what's Big Kim got? That's wild. That's wild right there. All right, so yeah, I'm getting some good fucking edits from our new person here, Brongulus. So I do think NYPD Blue, great change right there. I like it. So I'm gonna give him one right there. Man's drenched. His uniform's so sodden, and I like that we get to use sodden here because sodden carries a connotation of filthiness right there. Okay, so now Lit Up is spamming his image. It's like fruit punch. Why was it important for us to see that? Oh. Yeah, scotch might help. So why? All right. So yeah, I like that. So why is this cop standing here, clocking lemon and dripping on his floor? The man's drenched. His uniform's so sodden the NYPD blue looks black. I like it. It's pissing down rain and thunder is rattling the fixtures twice a minute. Might freeze tonight. It's supposed to freeze tonight as well. And now this. What a shitty day. No, I don't like that. So I don't like this sentence. It's pissing down rain and thunder. Now, I do like thunder rattles the fixtures twice a minute. What time is it? Uh, uh, It's been pissing down rain all day, and thunder has been rattling the fixtures for the last hour. Supposed to freeze tonight as well. What a shitty day. Oh, yeah. Yeah, fucking, I don't like that sentence. Oh. It's pissing down rain and thunder is rattling the fixtures. Supposed to freeze tonight as well. What a shitty day. All right, better. Yeah, like we just oh, it's Rippett's juice company. Everfresh is their juice company? Jesus. I've definitely seen Everfresh in like shitty gas stations. Yeah, scotch might help, the cop says. Lemonize him harder. Guy's big. Maybe 6'4". Maybe 6'4" and built. He's got to be lifting every day. Maybe juicing. Not good. All right, that should be italics. Yeah. We did want to avoid pissing down rain. Yeah, I'm not happy with that sentence in general, but we spent so long like fucking chewing it, you know, like some things just are not gonna go down, you know what I mean? Yeah. Wait, did we get rid of red? Um Oh god. Yeah, hold on, let me not diss red. I mean, he was trying to help, but goddamn. I just passed out. Good. He can stay there. Trying to pretend he's not afraid. No special moonshine, no pouring flourishes, no small talk. Yeah. Dump dump. Take your free train. Take your free drink and get the fuck out of here, guy. The policeman doesn't even look at the glass. He throws back the booze and leaves a couple of forlorn cubes spinning around when he kicks it back against the bar. Kicks is the wrong word there. And leaves a couple of forlorn cubes spinning around as he clacks it back against the bar. Again. Lemon was worried before, but now he's got a good reason to be. Oh, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. Comma before guy. Take your free drink. I like it. It's a good edit. Again. Lemon was concerned before. Now he's worried. No one drinks like that without doing something stupid. Pound scotch and it'll pound you back. That's a fact. Here's a guy with a gun and a badge off his shit. It's a bad scene. No, because then we have to do comma, comma. A guy with a gun and a badge off his shit? It's a bad scene. Lemon takes his glass. He looks around the bar for help, but it... Wait, hold on. So fucking... Ralph Porter is supposed to be here in this scene, so let's keep that in mind. When Lemon takes his glass. Lemon grabs the glass and glances around the bar for help, but it's just old Jeremiah and that little Cuban twink that hangs around him, Cinnamon. So we're like little Cuban twink, when written, was just like a statement of fact. Right now, it's tinged a little bit with negativity. Boom. closest are old Jeremiah and his twink rent boy, Cinnamon. They were playing gin rummy, but that's done now. They're packing up the cards to go. Cool. Good at it. There's Jim Braskell sitting further up the bar, but he's on beer maybe 8. There's Jim Braskell sitting further up the bar, but he's on beer 8 or 9, and won't be good for much if there's trouble. Come to think of it, it's hard to imagine a set of circumstances where Jim Braskell is good for anything. No, hold on just a second. Here, just a fucking... Not a second here. That's annoying, but I have to deal with something presently. Wait. Oh, Lord. One moment. Yeah. Fucking annoying. Yeah, I just had to delete that guy. I will tell you, that guy's name is, what's his fucking name there? All right, so that guy's name is Sammy Wilf, and he's been sending people on fucking FNet death threats. He's doing creepy, stalky shit to Angie. And I told him to fucking leave me alone. I don't want that guy associated with me. I don't want that dude fucking around me. And I'll tell you right now what I'm going to do. Since I've told this guy multiple times, fucking leave me alone. Don't creep on my shit. You know, there are 5 fucking people watching this stream. 0 reason for this asshole to be hanging around me. And I've given him a list. Like, I know exactly how to deal with people who are doing stalky shit on the internet. The first is to, like, when death threats are involved, to file a cybercrime report. Done. Already put in. Already sent that info to the FBI. It takes about 2 or 3 months for them to get involved with that. But there are numerous other options available to you. The first is seeking an order of protection as jurisdiction, which is Boise fucking Idaho. The second is contacting his family and letting him know, hey, this creepy, you know, like, get in control of your dude. I know for a fact that this guy is probably fucking bipolar. Maybe some other weird shit. Under psychiatric evaluation or fucking advisement or whatever. He sent me a fucking message saying, hey, I'm sorry for being an asshole. You know, my medication's fucking up. I do not care. You know, if I tell you to fucking leave me alone and stop bothering me, you need to leave me alone and stop fucking bothering me. So go to the guy's family, go to his employer, be like, hey, you know, just FYI, this guy's causing me problemos. You know, maybe you already know, maybe you don't. Take a good hard look at him. And there are other remedies too that I will fucking pursue. I don't ever have to put up with the bullshit of some creepy motherfucker edging in on my shit. Mainly because, you know, like, I enjoy that whole process of going after somebody like that. I try not to do it a lot because it's, it's mean, fucking somebody over. But if somebody's going to give me an excuse to do it and just continually pop up, yeah, I'll go after him. Anyhow, that is distracting from, let me see. Wasn't my edit. I'm going to give that edit to Spathywa too. Just to add some fucking insult to injury over here. Yeah, like, seriously, if somebody tells you, stay away from me, stop bothering me, leave that fucking person alone. There are fucking 8 billion people on this planet. There are people that will want to hang out with you, no matter how fucking crazy you are. I know my blood is up. I'm ready for war. This will be, like, it's kind of annoying too. Because the guy's fucking probably crazy as shit, has no control over his body. I don't know, maybe he's wearing a fucking diaper, has no control over his bodily functions. But just the same, can't have people fucking doing that. Because, and if it seems like I'm overreacting, this guy is like sending us pictures of himself holding a gun, threatening to kill us. Fucking, who knows what this crazy asshole's up to. Made it through 2 fucking pages in an hour. That's not good. I'm gonna get through 8 more. Yeah, scotch might help, says the cop. Lemon eyes him harder. Guy's big, maybe 6'4" and built. He's got to be lifting every day. Maybe juicing. Not good. All right, so I like that. Take your free drink and get the fuck out of here, guy. The policeman doesn't even look at the glass. He throws back the booze and leaves a couple of forlorn cubes spinning around as he clacks it back against the bar. I like that. I can see in my mind's eye immediately how that's going. I like the motion we're describing of cubes spinning in a glass. Let me see. Oh, we're not even to that point yet. You can't make edits before I fucking read. I mean, you can do it. But I wasn't even looking at that shit. Lemon was concerned before. Now he's worried. No one drinks like that without doing something stupid. Pound scotch and it'll pound you back. That's a fact. Guy with a gun and a badge off of his shit. Yeah, I don't like that. It's just redundant. Lemon grabs the glass. Oh, I don't want... It could get ugly. Yeah, that's just fun. Lemon grabs a glass and glances around the bar for help. Closest are old Jeremiah and his twink rent boy, Cinnamon. They were playing gin rummy, but that's done now. They're packing up the cards to go. There's Jim Braskill sitting further up the bar, but he's on beer 8 or 9. Beer 8. But he's on beer 8 and won't be good for much if there's trouble. Come to think of it, it's hard to imagine a set of circumstances where Jim Braskill is good for anything. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's much later. You lost, asshole. Yeah, it's like deep in the cut. Yeah. Yeah, you do get a point for that. Well done. Fucking racing ahead in the narrative. Trying to shrug off his discomfort, Lemon pours more. Normally he'd huck the old ice, but there's no fucking use if the guy's just gonna toss him back. We don't need fucking. Ain't seen you around here before. You new to the precinct? Ain't seen you around here before. You new to the precinct? Usually law guys hang around it, let me see here. Comma after normally. Normally? Oh, god damn it. That's right, because it's a time clause. Normally, he'd huck the old ice. But there's fucking commas, man. Imagine English. Yeah, I guess it fucking. I'm just trying to imagine an English where we just get rid of commas entirely. It's not good. It's not a good picture. But it does seem like there are too many fucking commas in this language. Wait, hold on. How many commas are in this thing? There are there are fucking almost 9,000 commas in this. I wish we had gotten, what we'll do at the end of this is we'll get the original draft before we started editing and see how many more commas there are. I want to see how many commas we added to space tards too. Actually, that guy took out a bunch from space tards. So yeah, I'll do that at the end of this fucking stream. Let's figure out how many commas there are in each word. God, so many commas. Ain't seen you around here before. You new to the precinct? Usually law guys hang out at O'Malley's on 35th. You lost, asshole? This ain't a cop bar. Yeah. They don't serve in uniform. Yeah. He takes a drink. Thankfully, he's decided to start sipping instead of bolting. Lemon's chances of getting blasted just went down considerably. Each shoots and leaves. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't afford to be so discriminating. Rough day, huh? Bad month. I lost another one today. Now the old man in his house. Oh, that's why. Yeah, let's just take out twink right there. Just the name cinnamon, right? You start to think that cinnamon is a woman there, and then we can have a little flip of expectations when we found out that it's his houseboy. Oh, but it's not clear. Now it's crystal clear now. Cool. Okay. Now Jeremiah and his houseboy have stopped packing up. Let's stop. Have stopped putting away their game, and Braskel's looking up from his beer. Everyone's watching the cop, waiting for the story. The cop takes another pull, and even though he's wet from the rain, you can tell he's sweating. He's a good-looking guy. The hair plastered to his head is blonde. Looks like he could be an actor or something. A little bit of the whole captain of the football team thing going on. On his breast is the golden shield with the number 999 and the name Mason. Levin makes a half-assed attempt to memorize it in case some shit goes down. Now let's take out the word Jess. Lemon tries to remember it in case some shit goes down. I'm not sure if they're. Yeah, you need a comma there because in case some shit goes down, it's a separate clause. Mm. Nothing fancy. No, let's not have him diminish his story by saying nothing fancy. Female on 9th and 34th talking on a cell phone. Walked right into traffic. Okay, so yeah, he would tell when people tell their own story, they don't tell it in present tense, with very very few exceptions. Where so I'm walking and this guy comes up to me and he's like that, but essentially very very seldom will you hear people do that. Wearing poncho, yeah, I'll give you an edit further, but we're not done with that sentence. I don't like the way that came out. That wasn't a thing he could do. Head first is hyphenated. Let's take a look. My hand just ripped right through. Yeah, I like that better. I don't want to have the pronoun. But that's a good edit too. Man, this guy's climbing up the fucking charts here. The sharp one. Yeah, there we go. Tried to grab her, but she was wearing a thin plastic poncho. Let's say plastic poncho. I tried to grab her, but the problem that we have here is that poncho is like an inherently funny word, right? And it's funnier to us because of Meep Sheep, right? This is his fucking problem that he's put onto us right there. But I think all of us associate comedy with wearing a poncho. And in general, it's kind of like we think of it as like a funny word, right? Female on 9th and 34th, talking on a cell phone. Walked right into traffic. I tried to grab her, but she was wearing a plastic poncho. My hand just ripped right through. She got clipped by a cab. So... Okay, cool. That's a little bit better. So one thing that we're doing here is the voice of Carl Mason, that's the name of this character, was like basically Lemon's voice. And there are a lot of places where we'll, you know, just the default narration here is in Lemon's voice. And now this paragraph sounds much more like a policeman talking, like the choice of saying female on 9th and 34th, talking on a cell phone, walk right into traffic. I attempted to grab her, but she was wearing a plastic poncho. My hand ripped through. My hand just ripped right through. My hand ripped right through. She got clipped by a cab. The driver wasn't speeding. He had no time to react. She was launched and landed head first. Better. Better. All right, so this is much better. All right, what do you mean by this, young Brongulus? Shit. Lemon groans. He knows better than to ask if she made it. Knocked the cell phone halfway to 8th Avenue. Screen was broken, but it still worked. Nokia. The screen was broken, but it still worked. Nokia. Last call was to her mother. She must have heard. This poncho. Okay. You think this poncho is better than a poncho? I attempted to grab her, but she was wearing this plastic poncho. I attempted to grab her, but she was wearing a plastic poncho. Well, it definitely sounds wrong if you emphasize a. Ooh, it's a hard sell. This is definitely it's like slightly less correct, or it's less factual. I attempted to grab her, but she was wearing this plastic poncho. My hand ripped right through. I attempted to grab her, but she was wearing a plastic poncho. My hand ripped right through. That's a tough one. That's a really difficult decision to make right there. Yeah, it seems like you feel pretty strongly about it. This like shades more into Lemon's voice. Yeah, let's go with this for right now. She's wearing this plastic poncho. I wonder if this yellow plastic poncho. No. I see the value. Keeping in mind the characters aren't writers. All right, yeah, especially if Spaethiwa sees that. Let's go there. It does make it makes it like a little bit more conversational, and less like he's filling out a report. Suspect was wearing a plastic poncho. Had a picture of Dora the Explorer on it. I don't think I had Dora the Explorer back then, but I could be wrong. Texas ID, Hispanic, 24 years old. Lemon takes the glass out of his hand. So this would be in. Wait, do italicize names of liquor? Wait, previous chat. More lemons saying lemon does X. It's told from third person. It has to be that way. That drives me insane. Lemon takes the glass out of his hand and shoves the bottle of Grant's back under the counter. He draws up a bottle of how do you say this? I don't know how to pronounce that. Koila. Yeah. All right, let's see if fucking Siri can help us here. Oh, many people have this question. What's this guy got to say? Kuila. Yeah. Up. All right. Yeah, keep in mind, like, Lemon's voice is the narrator, but Lemon is not the narrator. Understand? Like, this is like, and he's not telling the story in first person. Like, for him to be like, I take a bottle out of whatever, like, like you can't have him narrating in third person and not refer to himself as Lemon. Like, what's he gonna say? The bartender pulls up and takes the glass out of his hand. It feels wrong. Yeah, let's not go down that road if we can help it, because that is like intensely disconcerting to me. Because it's like it would never be the way that you're suggesting. Without we would have to rewrite the entire thing in first person. I will never do that. Never. Like you could offer me like a $50,000 advance on this, and I would not rewrite it in first person. Yeah, every single reference to first person, I would not do that task, and I don't think it's a stronger book either. I think it is much stronger in third person than it would be in first person. But in general, I feel like if we're and I've written like a bunch of stuff in first and in third person, and I think almost always third person is like a better choice if you can, outside of like some very specific situations. Like times where a book should be first person is where like there's a singular focus on that character, and even then it's just like a little hinky. Like you can't say as much in first person because it like necessarily you're then limiting yourself to first person limited. Like first person omniscient is like weird. Anyhow. Oh, I already forgot how to fucking say this. So let's say it again. Kulila. Thank you, Esquire magazine. Brian Cox did this for us. He draws up a bottle of Kuila. Yeah, Kuila to replace it. Cop or not, this one's earned his wings. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, just as a reader, and like maybe other people feel differently, but when I see a short story or a book that's written in first person, I'm a little like, all right, I'll make it worth my while, right? I think it's like it's a little bit putting something on the reader to tell the story in first person, with exceptions being stuff like a survival story, right? I think if you're like, hey, I'm telling you a story about a time I was on a boat and I got blown out to sea and had to blow myself right back. That story needs to be in first person, um, and definitely like it's a different case in nonfiction as well. But and there are some great fucking stories that have been written in first person, but I think for the most part, the modern reader is like a little bit over it. That's my thought. Which is, it doesn't matter because I'm still gonna write tons of first person stories. I just like it. But hold on just a second. Taltos novels by Brust. I know only one major fantasy fiction series in first person that's good. Taltos by Brust, and in all his years of reading, that's it. Yeah, I could fucking hear that. I have two. I think if you're going to do something in first person, way better if it's short. Like if I have two stories that I've written in first person, Hawks at the Diner and fucking The Right to Bear Arms. Both of those are in first person. Both of those have like a very strong singular narrator voice, and a big part of it is that a lot of the stories are them learning things, right? Things that they wouldn't normally know. I think it especially lends itself to something where both the reader and the protagonist are trying to figure something out, right? That's a situation where it's especially called for. Um, which makes sense why you see like so many detective novels that are told in kind of like first person. Anyhow, I want to make it through this chapter today. Lemon takes the glass out of his hand and shoves the bottle of Grant's back under the counter. He draws up a bottle of Cool Isla to replace it. Cop or not, this one's earned his wings. He gets a glass for himself as well, stifling the little second time this month voice that springs up to chide him. Good scotch isn't meant to be drunk alone. Then he figures, what the fuck? Then he figures, what the fuck, and pours glasses for Jim Braskill, Jeremiah, and Cinnamon, too. He pours one more and pretends he needs ice. Then he goes back and sets the extra. Oh, yeah? Okay, so I really like what he's doing right here, but we just need to make it. Yeah, let's make that finally. Uh, Taltos novels by Brust. Let me take a look at that. Let's take a gander. Stephen Brust, Vlad Taltos novel. Dragera. Oh, Ace put this out. I know guys at that house. 3 separate timelines that ultimately come together. Oh yeah, definitely if you're doing Timecraft. Vlad performing an extremely complicated ritual of riftcraft. Huh. Well, that's interesting. It's 181. Taltos is a fantasy. Oh, Vlad Taltos series. What was the first one? Genetically modified humanoid species. Lifespan. They're tall and they're elves. Human minority. What's the premise of this guy? Oh, he's a Hungarian. Assassin Vlad Taltos. Huh. Yeah, I would give this a crack. Right, well, let's leave that open. I had a marketing idea recently. So at the back of the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide, not the Dungeon Master Guys, the Player's Handbook, there is a list, and I was talking about this the other day. There's a list of all the fantasy books that they consider inspirational reading. And it's got stuff like Swords Against Deviltry by Fritz Lieber. I was talking about this the other day, and I was like, man, I wish there was just a torrent of all these books so that I could just load them easily into my fucking iPad. And then I had the brainwave, well, what if I were to assemble such a torrent and then secretly put my own books at the fucking end of it right there? Right after fucking Zelazny. So of course I wouldn't do that. That's highly illegal. But I think it would be funny if some assassin as the protagonist is the entirety of the thing. There've been a few other like I think Robin Hobb had a fucking assassin series, but it was no good. Really and truly, not good at all. And I think I read like 2 or 3 of them, so I'm qualified to say, yeah. What was the last decent book I read that had like an assassin protagonist? And I guess he's not really the protagonist, but it was like Day of the Jackal. Shoutouts to dressing in drag to kill De Gaulle. Hell yeah. I was actually like pondering an idea for a story about sort of assassins and gangers in like a relatively futuristic thing the other day, and it was just based on my love of Syndicate Wars. I fucking loved Syndicate Wars. God, what a fucking game that was. I loved everything about the aesthetic, the fucking Persuadatrons, the plasma lances, the like upgrading your epidermis, the bank robberies, so dope. I'm talking about it now, and I know I'm just going to install it in a hot second here. Anyhow, hold on. I actually have to keep this telephone on. It's only 6:44. We got time. We're going to get through this chapter. Believe you me. He pours an extra drink. Pretends he needs ice. He heads to the back with the bucket and sets the glass on top of the ice machine in case maybe he's around. So we're breaking up our narrative a little bit, right? He's going through all this like, I'm going to pour around for fucking everybody. He starts pouring, one for the cop, then he gets a glass for himself as well. He stifles the tiny second time this month voice that springs up to chide him. Good scotch isn't meant to be drunk alone. Then he figures, what the fuck? So I'm not sure that, then he figures, what the fuck? It seems a little weird. Then he figures, what the fuck? And lines up glasses for Jim Braskill, Jeremiah, and Cinnamon, too. He pours one last drink and then pretends he's out of ice. Lemon pours an extra drink, then pretends he's out of ice. He heads to the back with the bucket and sets the glass on top of the ice machine. And sets the drink on top of the ice machine in case maybe's around. Yeah, that was hard to get through. C'est la vie, Lemon says, holding up. Then he swings back and serves everyone. C'est la vie, Lemon says, holding up his glass. C'est la vie, the regulars echo. Out of the corner of his eye, Lemon can see a flicker of light at the back of the bar, glinting off a glass that's hanging in midair. Glinting from a glass hanging in midair. Whew. Okay. C'est la vie, is Regular's echo. Out of the corner of his eye, Lemon can see a flicker of light at the back of the bar. Okay, we got 2 alls. Everyone throws back their drink. The cop finishes first and slams his glass back on the bar. Then he disappears. There's a whistling sound, barely loud enough to hear. One moment he's there in front of him, and then he's gone. Lemon is startled. Jim Braskill actually leaps backward. A glass breaks behind them, and they all swivel around. But Lemon knows it's just maybe. The kid got spooked. No one else dropped their glass. As drinkers, they've progressed to the stage where they value what's in their glasses more than their own lives. No one else dropped anything. As drinkers, they've progressed to the stage where they value what's in their glasses more than their own lives. I like that. So Lemon knows it's just maybe. Let's take a look. Oh, that should have an apostrophe. C'est la vie, only the first word should be capitalized. Is true. Okay, boom. Those 2 points coming at you. Yeah. Spirit is 76 right here. Stephen Brust. Have I met this motherfucker? Where does he live? Is he alive? Yeah, he's alive. He's in fucking St. Paul, Minnesota. Dreamcafe.com. Something about that hat's familiar, but I think a lot of people who go to fantasy conferences wear fucking hats like that. So, could mean nothing. Nose doesn't have an apostrophe. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Why the fuck is there an apostrophe there? Did I add that by mistake trying to fix the other one? Ridiculous. What? What? Where the fuck did he go? Jeremiah asks. Lemon shaking his head. Braskill's eyes are bugging out, and Cinnamon is murmuring in Spanish and crossing himself. They look around the bar, but the guy is fucking gone. Why is that there? Lemon's watching the doors, thinking this guy might be invisible too. Uh, 2 looks really weird there. I like that better. Thinking this might be another Invisible Man situation. If the cop's glass weren't sitting there on the bar, if it was just him, Lemon could believe he'd imagined the whole thing. But they all saw it. Everyone is muttering something different. Jesus-y Maria, fucking ghost, no. Yeah, let's just cut this out. That doesn't work. Keep an eye on the door. I'm checking the back, Lemon says loudly. He's really telling maybe. The kid ought to have a better handle on this than the drunks. He checks the back, and there's nothing. Oh, so Philip Kerr's Berlin Noir series is in first person and very good. Yeah, is it like another like essentially detective story or whatever? We were getting into that. All right, I don't know if there's no sound. Yeah, that's not good. Lemon's straining his ears, but all he can hear is the rain. Hell yeah, I like that sound. Detective noir set in the Nazi era. Hell yeah. It's got all my favorite things. Detectives, noirs, Nazis. Yeah, remind me at some point. I really like the idea of assembling that torrent, by the way. That's such a asshole marketing idea. Oh, did you read it too? Brongulus? Hell yeah. Brongulus bratosaurus. How did you find this fucking thing, by the way, Brongulus? Like, are you an IRC person, or you just stumble on this on YouTube? This is wild shit right here. All right, what do we got here? The kid ought to have a better handle on this than the drunks. Lemon doesn't find anything. Not even maybe. No. Oh, I linked it in Not Math. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like Not Math there. Yeah, I like Duns Scrotus and Raba and I think Pythag. I was worked on this short story called "The Bishop's Daughter," and he gave me some great fucking advice about Catholicism, like really some in-depth like research. Like, there's some smart people in that channel, and I went to troll Pound Math, which is some really stupid math joke, and they banned me immediately. And for I think Duns Scrotus, I forget what his name used to be back then. This has been Duns Scrotus for a while, but he just sent me an invite to Not Math, and I think he just had a bot that inviting everybody who got banned from Pound Math on Freenode because they were such assholes there, really and truly. But yeah, I like those guys. It's a good channel. Um, but yeah, it's a good spot to find like a very particular type of person who I think is good at editing, and take that however you want. Yeah, yeah, we can cut all that shit. All right, yeah, good night there. Yeah, thank you very much for your assistance right there. Like, you really made a lot of quality edits, and I'm going to try and check out that series because I do like fucking assassins and witchcraft and magic and shit. So thanks very much. All right, what do we got right here? Everyone's too quiet. The sound of glass scraping its way into the dustbin is unbearable. Lemon thinks about putting a buck in the juke, but he can't think of a good. Lemon thinks about putting a buck in the juke, but he can't think of a song to cover up how weird this is. He can't think of a good song for this situation. Oh, I love it. I think we used situation a little bit earlier. Let me just make sure that. The fuck do we do, Lemon? Jim Braskell asks. And he's got that distant shell-shocked look in his eyes he usually gets around closing time. Big Jim Braskell did 2 tours and it fucked him pretty badly. Jeremiah and Cinnamon are looking to Lemon. Wait, mate. Jeremiah and Cinnamon look aimless too. Lemon dust and dumps out the dustpan, grab the. He's frowning. This isn't weird enough for him not to be annoyed at losing another glass, not to mention the waste of good scotch. We don't say shit to anyone, of course. Nobody'll fucking believe us anyhow. We don't say shit to anyone, Lemon announces. Nobody'll believe us anyhow. Nobody would believe us. We don't say shit to anyone, Lemon decides. Nobody would believe us. Ain't you got no cameras? No security tapes? Nah. Got nothing worth stealing except a little cash. Can't go to the cops if someone robs the place anyhow. Guess not, Brascal says. Now let's... We could have got famous off of this. Got on the TV, Brascal grouses. I'm with Lemon. I'm not saying a word. Sin won't either, Jeremiah says. If you gents don't mind, I believe we'll call it a night. If you gents don't mind, I believe we'll call it a night, Jeremiah says. He stands up and Cinnamon helps him don his raincoat. Is Jeremiah consistent? Nope. That's the point. 77. God damn. It's 11 edits every day for a week. That was wild. All right. Think I'll do the same. Brascal. The three men beat a hasty retreat, heedless of the rain. Think I'll do the same, Brascal agrees. If you just don't mind, I believe we'll call it a night. Lemon's right. I'm not saying a word about this to anyone. Sin won't either. If you gentlemen don't mind, I believe we'll call it a night. Jeremiah pronounces. It's a whole production for him to stand up. His knees are shot. Cinnamon offers him an arm, then helps him don his raincoat. Yep. Think I'll do the same, Brascal agrees, swaying slightly on his feet. The three men beat a hasty retreat, heedless of the rain. Lemon finishes mopping and waits for Maybe to pipe up. No way he's still here. I'd have found him. I swept the whole place. No way the cop's still in here. I'd have found him. I swept the whole place. Guy's just gone. Fucked up, huh? You know what? I'm not even freaked out anymore. I've resigned myself to nothing making sense. I'm waiting to wake up with rubber arms or laser vision or something myself. Lemon complains, a bit of envy snaking into his voice. I wonder what you'd get. Would you turn everything sour? Have power over the color yellow? To the Lemon-mobile! Maybe jokes. Actually, I don't like that. Maybe his voice is high. I don't even like that. Let's just take it out. It needs to come out between fucked up and huh. Let's see. Yep, that's a good comma. Oh, and fucked up, eh? Remember, he's from Kodiak. I'm just waiting to wake up with rubber arms or laser vision or something myself, Lemon complains. There's a bit of envy snaking into his voice. I wonder what you'd get. Would you turn everything sour? Have power over the color yellow? To the Lemon-mobile! I think it's a superpower just to put up with all this bullshit, Lemon says. He tosses the mop back in the pail. The kid laughs, but it's a short, hurried one. It's hard to tell without seeing him, but Lemon feels like the kid is more nervous and high-strung than normal. The kid laughs, but it's a short, hurried one. It's hard to tell without seeing him, but Lemon feels like the kid... yeah. Maybe laughs, but it's a short, hurried one. Let's take out short. Maybe laughs, but it's a hurried ha. It's hard to tell without seeing him, but Lemon feels like the kid is more nervous and high-strung than normal. He can't tell if it's the disappearing cop or if something else is weighing on Maybe. As he tries to figure out how to broach the subject, the door swings open. Oh shit, Lemon mutters. We might need to... We already got into that somewhere else there. He looks around the empty bar. Yeah, there we go. Kawaya. Oh, cool. Kuila. He looks around the empty bar and sees the bottle of Kuila. And sees the bottle of Kuila sitting in a pool of amber light, a glass idol on the altar of temptation. Twice already this month, and the cell phone was halfway to 8th Avenue. Men disappearing before his eyes and boys that were never there at all. A long, lonely night in the rain with nothing to... A long, lonely night in the rain with nothing to look forward to. Fuck. Yeah. All right, and chapter 15 on is chapter 15 coming up. It's called The Spare Key, and it takes place in Harlem. Ooh, foreshadowing. So we made it through 8 pages today. God damn, so we're about 2 pages short of our quota, but that is all that we are going to do today. So shout outs to everybody who took part in this. We had like a Brongulus Bratosaurus right there, burning up the charts with some new stuff. Spathiwa, as always, there. And everybody who participated. Just have a good fucking day. We'll be back here tomorrow. We're making significant progress on this guy. And I hopefully, like, I can get some writing done after this, because I have like a few ideas that I want to work on another short story. So yeah, let me see. I know that I can't write before I edit, but maybe I can write after I edit. We'll find out. Have a good day.